Hello, welcome to the wholesaling, flipping and wholesaling houses in New York show. I'm Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So we're starting a little series here about how to make offers. Today we're going to talk about how to make offers on a property that you want to rehab. The last video we did is about properties you want to wholesale, and it's simpler because you only need two numbers for that. You just need the ARV, what the after repaired value is, and what the estimates of repairs are. For rehabbing, it's a little more complicated because you got to estimate how long it's going to take, and that's different everywhere, right? If you're trying to get permits in the town of North Hempstead, it could take 9 months. So you need to figure in how long it's going to take you to hold it, and all your holding costs. What are you going to pay for taxes? What are you going to pay for interest if you've got a loan? What all your costs are, and then obviously you have to figure out how much you're going to spend on the work. But you got to leave room because very often work that you do leads to more work. So you got to figure that, and you got to figure whatever your profit margin is, right? So what we had said before for wholesaling is that we're going to sell it to an investor at 80% of ARV minus repairs. So if it's a $500,000 ARV, we're going to sell it to them for $400,000 minus repairs. If it needs $100,000, we're going to sell it for $300,000. Now the question is, can you buy a property that you're going to sell for $500,000 for $300,000 if it needs $100,000 worth of work? That extra $100,000, that 20%, that has to cover all of your holding costs, all of your closing costs on the buy, all your closing costs on the sale, and your profit, whatever you're looking to make. So maybe it'll be $50,000 in costs. Maybe you want to make $50,000. Maybe you want to make more. It's possible. So that you have to figure out, and it's harder to give you a hard and fast number because it's different, and it's different everywhere, right? There are places where you can get permits in a few weeks, and there are places where you can't get permits for many months, and there are jobs that don't need permits. So you got every single rehab project is different. You may have a contractor that can't start for a few months. There's all kinds of issues involved. So you got to figure out how long you're going to hold it for. You got to take into account all your holding costs. It's a big, big part of doing rehabs. I did a lot of rehabs for many years, and holding costs is a big deal. Time is your enemy, and you want to get rid of it as soon as possible. So you got to go through all of the numbers. I have a sort of a calculator if you want, but it's not that helpful for all the things that you need to figure in. If you have a rehab and you want to figure out numbers, you can call me or you can email me, and I can help you a little bit. And I guess I have some knowledge of of how long it takes to get things done. But I would call the local municipality and make sure if you're in an incorporated village that you call the village or the township. If it's not in a village, and call them and say, how long does it take to get a permit? Right? Understand you're going to have soft costs also. If you have to go run a permit, you have to pay an architect or a draftsman to draw up plans. You have to pay the application fees for the permits. These are things you have to take into account. So making offers on rehab properties is more complicated than making offers on wholesaling, just like doing rehabs is more complicated than doing wholesale properties. But that's how you make the offer. And I didn't really get into general, like actually making the offer. Maybe I'll do another one. So I'm going to do a couple more about making offers on rehab properties. It really should be called how to calculate the offer on the rehab property. And you got to go through every cost that you might have, and you better leave room on your construction because it always costs more. By the way, it always takes longer than you think too. Also, when you figure you're finished, you got to figure about 4 months from when you're finished to when you sell it, because it takes a month to find a buyer and get it into contract, assuming you're priced right. If you're priced too high, it'll take longer. And then it's going to take most buyers between 2 and 3 months to get a loan. I just had somebody get a loan in a month. That was like a record. But 2 to 3 months, I'd say, is standard. So you got to figure when you finish the work, you need another 4 months of holding time to find the buyer, get them under contract, and then wait for them to get a loan, right? It would be great if you sold to somebody who doesn't need a loan, but it's very uncommon. More common, they're going to get a mortgage, and it takes 2 to 3 months to get a mortgage. So I hope this was helpful. If you like what I'm doing here, or if you have any questions about how I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you like these videos, please click like. And if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you want comments or questions about anything you want me to do, questions you want me to answer, or topics you want me to cover, put them in the comments and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching.